so we're going to show how to cut a hole in a panel that you would then try to wrap around a pole like for a playground. This is the flex panel, so it's more flexible. Typically we do this, we've shown it before, where you're cutting it and then turf goes on top of it. Of course, you would never see the cut in the panel. So now we're going to see if we can do a hole and cut out with a razor blade knife and essentially make this seam kind of go away. The first thing is to drill a hole, just a hole saw, and let's just see what we got here. So. Make sure you hold on tight. So now we've got through most of the hole saw, and now we're just going to cut the last little ribs off, no sense fighting it. So we'll just cut through here, and you're going to see, give it a second here. Okay, so now we've got a hole in the panel, and the hole would be where potentially there's a post coming through for a swing set or something like that. So let me turn it off, and we'll show you the next step. So now that you've got a hole, let's just again imagine there's a pole here. And so you got to get this panel in. So you've got a panel there and a panel there, and you got to get this one in, but obviously you can't do it because of the hole. So what I'm looking at now, again, be very, very careful, because more people I've known in my life have cut themselves bad with a razor blade knife and try and do something like this. But what we're going to do, if this was going to be turf on top of it, we would just saw through there, flex it, and it'd be a no-brainer because you wouldn't see it. But we don't want to, we're going to see if we can try to cut this into a very nice little straight line and then not see that show up too much. So the bottom line is, we're going to try to go through. Again, keep your hands out of the way of this thing. I'm going to cut through here and try to keep it as neat as I can. But what I want to do is, I'm not going to try to cut through. I'm trying to get through the top layer right now. And once I think I'm through the top layer, which I believe I am, I'm not going to try to keep on go. I'm going to flip it over here, because remember, we're not locked in yet. And you can see, because you can see the line here, you can see where we are right there. So I'm going to take my razor blade knife and try cutting through this and work my way through where those points are, and cut through this panel and get through this. Now you can go in deeper if you wanted to with a sharper knife, but again, it's like I don't want to wind up. I want that top surface cut to look really good. So we're trying to go in through here. Let's see where we are. Almost through. Again, you could go from the top side with a longer knife and probably do it in one pass, but I'm trying to get one out here too. So now, let's see what we've got here. We're trying to now get this to the point where we're freed up. And you might be able to go in here, take your knife and free up a little bit there, there. Yeah, it takes a little patience. And see, we're almost through. A couple little spots. Okay. And we are at that point here. We are cut through. Okay, now what you would do is, now you would take this, you can imagine your pole's there, so you're locked into a panel there, you slide it in, but you can flex this around the pole, bring it back in, put this down like that. There's your seam, and when your next panel goes in, it's going to by force hold these two panels together. So that's what you see. Now that's not terrible if you do it nice. If you do a straight edge and cut it really nice, that's not the worst thing in the world to see as far as a way of pulling these things together. So again, the next panel locked in there, and the next panel locked in there, that's going to force this to come together. So that's a way to kind of approach this.